All right, so welcome back, everybody. Last session, IROSHAN awoke from slumber to a world covered in darkness. The team gathered in St. Louis with one notable absentee, Dreamslayer. Shard teleported to Chris's apartment over the Victory Theater to discover Chris extremely on edge and confused, and showing no signs of recognition of Dana's Shard alter ego. After transporting him back to the team, it is revealed that Chris has no knowledge of the events that led to the formation of IROSHAN, and Chris himself no longer possesses the ability to dream travel. Poet entered into Chris's dream state to see firsthand what happened to him and discovered that he is from an alternate reality where the being known as Thanos wiped out half of the universe's population with a snap of his fingers while holding the Infinity Gauntlet. Chris's family and Andy were casualties of that snap. Evidence is popping up that when the darkness developed on Earth, Chris's situation is not an isolated incident. The team remembered Chris has an alternate persona that split from him in high school when he originally developed his dream travel powers, the Guardian, known as the Spirit. Unfortunately, the Spirit had no answers to what might have caused the darkness, but did enlighten them on the multiverse in general. Acting on Shard's hunch, based on Poet's version of a green-haired vision of a green-haired woman clad in red that sounded an awful lot like Nightmare's daughter, the Dream Queen, IROSHAN then traveled to New York to visit Dr. Strange, and their conversation was interrupted by a knock at the door. The visitor in question is a 17-year-old girl who claims to be the reason behind the darkness, Lilith Cantunnel. It is here where we will continue our story. And we have our player of Lilith here, Sean. So basically, we'll just kind of pick up after that moment after Lilith showed up at the door, claiming that she potentially might be the cause behind all of this. So I'll kind of pass it back over to you guys at this point.
So Lilith, how might you be responsible for all that?
Okay. Dr. Strange.
Yes.
I'm not from here, I don't think. Are you familiar with the goddess Nyx?
I am, yes.
Well, Nyx has, for eons, had a physical material plane avatar. And this was chosen to guard a specific shard of her heart. So Nyx, goddess of night, and she turns to everybody else. She was so powerful, they broke her heart in three. And there are three shards. Turns out my father, Marcus Cantunnel, was that avatar. In my world, the blip happened. My mom and father were gone. I came to New York to my grandmother's apartment, and I found a package that was addressed to me. Unbeknownst to me, it was one of the shards of Nyx. It was addressed to me. It was a pendant. And I thought, in that time where my parents are now gone, everything's in upheaval, I put it on. Fell unconscious, woke up, and I saw my mother's face staring at me in the mirror. I don't know, I can't explain it. And I couldn't take off the pendant. So what I started doing is using my mom's Columbia card, a library card, since she taught there. And I was going back and forth doing research, trying to figure out what this is. I had strange symbols. I had this amulet that I couldn't take off, and a really deep feeling of estrangement and cold and being alone. I was heading to a meeting with another professor to try and learn, hopefully, what some of these symbols meant. I stumbled upon, I guess, a huge operation that brought me into this world of superpowers. And okay, the thing is, I'm possessed by a goddess. Well, not now, but whatever. So what we tried to do is find the shards and combine them. We were thinking maybe that will help. One, I'm not as strong as I'd like to be in fending off Nyx. It's a constant pressure of trying to keep her under control and contained. We thought by this other shard that this might resolve that. And they put me in. There's a whole long story of Gilgamesh. Yeah, he's alive and had one. So we went to him, and what we ended up doing is putting me in a containment room, and we merged the shards, and I was out. I had no longer have control over myself. Nyx had taken over. And then, boom, I wake up. I'm in New York at a different apartment, a different house. My mom and dad are there. That's how I know something is wrong. And I can't feel Nyx. She's nowhere to be seen. I don't have the pendant, and I don't look like my mother in the mirror. My friends in my world don't even know what I look like. They look like, they think I'm my mom. Except for a couple. But the point is, when I came through and everything is dark, I had to assume something really, really wrong happened. I can't connect or contact or reach out to my friends who I was with. We were in Australia, I think was the last place we... No, wait. Yeah, that's where it happened, in Australia.
Iraq.
Ow!
Yeah, you started in Iraq. It started in Australia, ended up in Iraq.
Close enough.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of weeks.
It has, yeah. So that's why I came here, because Wong was with us. She turns to Dr. Strange. You know Wong, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's Sorcerer Supreme where I'm from.
Huh.
And he was, on his advice, is what we did this. So I was popped into New York. I had one person who might have a clue, and I came here. I don't know if Wong is around or how we communicate. Can you help me? And maybe I can help you.
That's quite a lot to take in.
No, sure.
That's an amazing amount of responsibility on your shoulders.
Not anymore.
Now, you stated that you joined the shards in your plane of reality.
Yeah.
Was that all three?
No, just two. They called them the night that was, the night that is,
and the night that may yet be.
Yeah. So my father was the avatar for the night that is, we determined. And we went to find Gilgamesh, who had the night that was. Those two were merged. And if I'm here, I have to imagine whatever perfect Lilith lived in this world got thrown into mine. And I doubt she even understands what is going on if she has to deal with Nyx. And that worries me, because if I'm not there to control her, I don't remember what happened after that, after I got popped in here. So it could be she took over and she's on her quest to go get her third shard of her heart, which happens to be kept in a secret location along with her two children. So she might be a little pissed. Happens after eons of imprisonment and children taken away. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, Dr. Strange. I don't think I'm dealing with evil. I think I'm dealing with something completely different that has a different goal than, I guess, us. So I'm at a loss, but I'm wondering if we can figure out what's caused this. Might be related and might be maybe another step home. Because
well, you have
while this is
certainly,
dark, there's probably darker where I'm from.
you certainly filled in some massive pieces of the puzzle that I've been trying to figure out. And I must say that the first thing that came across my mind when this darkness befell our plane was Nyx. But I quickly wrote that off because what you're describing to me that is now happening on your Earth has already happened here. Not that long ago, within the last couple of years, the Avengers were faced with Nyx seeking out the portions of her heart and bringing them back together. And they had been cast across the universe and placed in different hands, much in the same manner that you're describing, but not exactly, but very similar. The Avengers were able to dispatch Nyx on this plane, and that is the reason why I assumed that this darkness had to be different. But now what you're describing to me makes it seem as though it's happening again, but it's happening with your shards and not the shards that we destroyed. But I will say, with Dreamslayer being gone, and now we are seeing that there is something potentially that is coming out of the dreaming on our planet that may be causing this. It makes sense because one of the protectors of the shard that our Zeus placed in the hands of was Nightmare, the individual that Dreamslayer had vanquished several years ago.
Where does this popping between realities come into play?
Well, there is something known as Dreamwalking. Not very many magicians will actually practice this because it is a passage that is known as chaos magic within the Darkhold. But there are individuals that, even though they don't have superpowers like those of us that are here standing in this room, have some latent ability to be able to cross over into other dimensions through dreamwalking. And if even those of you that have walked the dream realm before with Dreamslayer, even without him, potentially you might have had a dream at one point or another where it felt extremely real and you were living your life just a little bit differently in another world. And you wake from that dream and you're like, oh, that really seemed like it actually happened. Well, it's very possible that it actually did, and you had actually dreamwalked into your counterpart's dream on an alternate Earth. So I believe potentially that may be what is happening here, but it is happening en masse, and people are getting stuck. And there may be a reason for that, and that reason is, I don't know. But certainly it has something to do with Nightmare and the Dream Realm. And Dreamslayer's absence on this plane cannot be a coincidence. And your presence here, most likely, is also not.
So, I mean, to be honest, a darkening of the skies is apocalyptic shit. And I didn't really get that feeling from Nyx. Like, I mean, she's a god. So it's entirely possible that this is her. But how do I say it? It seems petty or beneath. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't know how this helps her in her quest. And so I'm wondering if we can get me back to my world, into my body, I can see if it's Nyx. I don't have any reason to not think that. Is there a singular Nyx that's hopping from world to world? Or is it actually like another Nyx in this world? And do we have shards here?
It's not unheard of for there to be a singularity. Nightmare himself, we believe, is a singularity. That he was able to cross over effortlessly from reality to reality, as he was the Lord of all nightmares. And we believe that that was not just on our planet Earth, but potentially multiple Earths. Is Lilith? I can't say for certain, but I would say that the Lilith that we faced did not seem to have the markings of a singularity.
In the Nyx.
Our Nyx.
Yeah, not Lilith.
Yeah. Not Lilith, right.
Okay, right. Trying to keep my head straight. She'll turn to the group and says, I am way out of my league. I'm out of my league in my group. And now that I don't even have possession, I don't know what I could do other than wait to be sent home, unless there's something I can do. Doctor? Or just Strange?
Let me think on this. IROSHAN, I'll leave you with her for a moment. I need to refer to some of my tomes.
Before you go, do you have any pizza?
I'll have Wong send some up for you.
Okay. Thanks. Sorry, I'm famished.
All right, so Strange takes his leave and leaves you guys with Lilith.
So how's everybody doing?
So you don't think you have any powers at the moment of any kind?
I can't sense her. I can't sense anything. It was always a knot in the back of my head, and I can hear her, and she would talk.
But that's all gone now.
It's all gone. How long ago did Lilith get here?
It's probably been about half a day, maybe about 15 hours, maybe.
Okay. Enough
time to be completely overwhelmed by seeing your dead parents.
Yeah.
And maybe saying some things that you didn't get to say before.
Yeah. 17-year-old girl who lost both parents and now they're alive. I would say Lilith is also conflicted. It's like, oh, I've been put into a too perfect dream. Parents are alive. I'm not possessed. It's just blackout. She can live with that.
What I don't understand is, what does Nightmare have to do with Nyx? I should probably know this already because of my occult lore.
Well, with what Dr. Strange had just said, Nightmare was entrusted with one of the shards of Nyx's heart on.
Did I miss that?
On this plane? Yeah. And so when the Avengers were chasing after Nyx to try to beat her to the punch, several of them went to Nightmare's realm to try to acquire the shard.
That's where we need to go. I have a back
And
door, so let's go.
So we know somebody in this world that has a shard?
well, had it past tense. Those were all destroyed when Nyx was destroyed.
What about her children? I remember seeing something about isn't one of her children Dream or I forget. Because we were concerned about that. This is Lilith talking, by the way.
Right, yeah, and I'm trying to remember. Dolos, I think, was the name, I believe. I'm trying to remember the name of the kids now. I don't have that at my beck and call here. I should. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I look this up. Okay, real quick. It's Zapate, Dolos, Hypnos, and Oasis.
Oh.
I think it was Hypnos that I thought would be close. Anyway, that's
All
it.
right.
Thank you. So wait. Is Nightmare, did they just go back into their little dream world? Or is there, like, who's this queen? And why? I guess I'm just really too curious for my own good. Kind of got me into this mess.
And I open a
There's our
portal.
server.
I open a portal, and I'm like, I'm going. Dream realm, guys.
All right.
Going with me.
As you're opening that portal, you're interrupted momentarily by a meowing sound in your earpieces. Meow, meow.
Oh,
Meow.
Quincy.
That's our computer.
Meow.
And Mike, you hear Quincy chime in. I hate to interrupt, Michael, but there seems
Get
to
off
be
the desk. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. There seems to be a distress signal coming from your hometown of Evansville, Indiana. Several citizens in the area of First Presbyterian Church, located near the riverfront, are being attacked by cloaked individuals. And this doesn't seem to be an isolated incident. I am picking up similar confrontations around the globe. The local faction of IROSHAN is off-site on a mission. Would your group be able to intervene?
Is Quincy just meowing at me, or is
it's going to everybody? Yeah.
Okay.
You just happen to be the first one to say his name, so.
Sounds like we might need to pop over to Evansville real quick, and since the local faction is off-site, out of the office, on holiday.
AFK.
Yeah.
Let's go. Different portal.
Lilith, you want to come with us, or you want to hang back here?
I'm good here. I'm waiting for Dr. Strange and my pizza.
Strange, Wong, and the pizza arrive in a timely manner, and Dr. Strange just overheard the last bit of the conversation here, and he says, ask your computer what the cloaked figures look like.
Quincy, could you give us a more accurate description of the cloaked figures at all?
Yep, and he sends kind of a little hologram that can pull up on your communicator, showing an image of one of these things. And it's a very tall, kind of pale greenish blue skinned creature that's wearing kind of a purplish red kind of cloak and blue, like almost like a jumpsuit kind of thing. He says, that looks like a sleepwalker.
What's that?
Now, for lack of a better description, it's something that some folks refer to as the Dream Police. Now, what they would be doing attacking humans on this plane, I don't know. Perhaps I should come with you. Lilith, Dreamslayer, IROSHAN, you have a location there in Evansville, correct?
Yeah.
Would they be safe in IROSHAN?
Yeah, I think we have some sort of super secure room or something.
And I'm sorry, Chris, I should have referred to you by your real name instead of your assumed name here on this earth. Let me go with you.
Wait. You can't. I have my parents here. I don't want to go to Evansville.
But they're not your parents.
And it's just like 5 hours away. We can come back.
It's actually about 14, but yeah.
And
I used to live there.
Lilith, forgive me, I do not want to keep you very far from where I happen to be. I can get to you very quickly, but you seem to be the key to a lot of what is going on here, so I want to make sure that you're close by in case we need you.
Catch a break. Fine. I'll go.
You can trust these
More
people.
food. Definitely, you got to have pizzas. Otherwise, we're going to Thornton's and we're going to pick something up.
All right, Dana, if you would do the honors. All right, so you guys get transported to Evansville, take a little quick pit stop at IROSHAN headquarters. Chris and Lilith are left behind, and then you're transported through shards teleportation discs to First Presbyterian Church along the riverfront. I'm pulling you guys there right now.
Lilith's going to spend her time drawing the pendant and anything information related to Nyx that she can.
Okay, sounds good.
For the rest of IROSHAN or whoever's hanging out there.
And Chris has a single katana, and he's at the ready, just in case anything happens at IROSHAN. All right, so you guys have now made it to the street on 2nd Street, downtown Evansville, in front of First Pres. Directly across the street from First Presbyterian is the little coffee shop known as Penny Lane, right over here.
Love it.
And let's see here. The street itself is cloaked in darkness, and a fog fills the area as the street lights illuminate the grounds surrounding the church, giving it a strange and foreboding green glow. Down the street, you see a man desperately trying to get into his car as a purple-cloaked and hooded assailant is grabbing him, pulling him down to the ground. And a woman is running down the street towards the group with another of the hooded creatures hot on her heels. And we can say, for the benefit of the doubt, since Andy's not here with us here tonight, he can be back at IROSHAN with Chris and Lilith and kind of keeping watch over them, making sure that nothing comes up on them while you guys are out here investigating this. But these two individuals right here, this is the woman that I was talking about right here, if you can see where I'm kind of floating over. And directly behind her is one of these sleepwalkers that is floating down the street in pursuit of her. The guy that's being tackled at the moment on the ground next to his car is right back over in here. So I suppose at this point, we should probably roll some initiative. I gotta add one more because that's one more than what I actually can do. There we go. All right, Poet. Christy?
2.
Oh, 2. Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you. Dana,
2.
Mike.
+4.
Okay, all right. So now we have our initiative order. It looks like Doctor Strange with the big 13 gets to go first.
Okay, to start, do I have 10 health? That's what the character sheet has. So, but if I add up the phase, I get 66.
66, yeah. 66
okay.
is correct. And that's actually what is showing on your HP here, but I can change that real quick. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I also don't know what any of these things do.
Equipment. You can just kind of pick whatever you want to do. Just kind of, since he's a magician, he has the ability to really kind of do just about anything. And it depends on the magical being that you're calling to help you with. And for ease of doing it tonight, just do it on the monstrous level, because he kind of runs anywhere from amazing to monstrous. So
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's going to immediately Eldritch Bolt the Sleepwalker that's chasing the citizen there.
Okay.
That was the closest, like, as far as the how close the Sleepwalker is to the prey.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll do that. That is amazing.
All right, so you got a yellow.
Yep.
All right, so you strike him with an amazing Eldritch Bolt. And it hits, you get a yellow. That's a potential, I think for an Eldritch Bolt, I think that's a potential slam. So I'm going to roll his endurance real quick. And he's got incredible. Got a green, so it slams him back one area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it puts him back just in front of the church doors back there. You hit him, and he skids on the pavement and kind of shakes off just a little bit and kind of looks around to see where that came from, and gets a bead on the group at the end of the street there. From here, we go on to Ghost.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up into the air. What are these things we're dealing with?
Sleepwalkers.
Yeah, I know that, but what are they? Are they human or not?
They are an alien race.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna do my usual thing, psychic tendrils into their head, see if that works, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna do double actions. Don't I have to say something like that now?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So you'll roll fighting first.
And I'm gonna add karma. See, I'm getting good at this. Starting to figure this out. All right, you ready?
Yep. And what's your fighting?
My fighting is excellent.
Okay, so you want to bump that up to a yellow.
Oh, I rolled on. Oh, how did I do that? What did I roll? Was I supposed to?
Oh, you rolled on the feeble. So yeah, you want to re-roll that.
82. I got an 82.
Okay, so 82 is on excellent. Is actually it's actually a yellow. So you can spend 10. You'll get your 2 actions.
All right. So I spend 10 karma.
Yep.
All right. So I'll do that. And all right. So then 2 actions. So the first one, we're going to use psychic tendrils. So I want to roll on monstrous. Here we go. Here we go.
All right. And which one are you going after? The one with
Same
the guy?
One. Yeah, the Doctor Strange.
Oh, the one that he went after?
Yeah, let's take him out.
Okay, cool. All right. So you hit him with that. Does 75 points of damage, yes? Your red is who asked that question? Was that Lilith?
That was me.
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
He just has excellent, so he can only get 2.
Okay. So it changes as it goes through. A red is not always the same.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Clarifying that.
All right. So you reach out with the tendrils, grab hold of him, digs down into his flesh, and he writhes in place. You're definitely causing some pain there for sure. We now will go to one of the Sleepwalkers. It's this one right over here. He is going to go after the citizen that's in the little cubbyhole here in between the cathedral. And he's going to make an attack on him. Let's see here. Ooh, he got a white. So you see him. Well, you guys actually can't see him because he's kind of up and around the corner there. But you hear the cries of an individual that is being accosted back in the little cubby back in here. So now we'll go to another Sleepwalker. No, actually, he's already acted. So Spartan.
I am going to attempt to charge, that the Sleepwalker that is attacking the guy with the car.
Yep.
I'm going to try to, if I can get the angle right, just kind of try to charge him and kind of plow both of those guys.
Okay.
Both of the Sleepwalkers there.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I roll endurance for that?
Yep.
Okay. Just double check. Make sure it is.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Jeez.
Didn't call karma either, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. So you zip past him and end up about right in there. Make an agility check for me real quick.
Okay, I gotta check it. Right.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You're able to kind of stop yourself without stumbling.
Good.
From there, we go to another Sleepwalker. That's the one that you just missed. He kind of just stepped back just for a second as you kind of whizzed by, and he's going to take a swipe at the individual there in front of him to try to take him down. And he got a white as well. So swing and a miss, you distracted him just enough.
Whew.
Another Sleepwalker. Going to attack his human. Another white. These guys are apparently not having much luck tonight. And another. All right, we've got someone that's making purchase here on this guy. All right, so he's got 24. All right, so you hear a blood-curdling scream come from the parking lot off to the right over in this area here. And then we go to Poet.
Well, I would like to roll for a few actions.
Okay. Fighting feat.
Which is excellent.
Oh, there's your red. All right, so you got 2 actions.
And I'm gonna. Is this the coffee shop right here?
Coffee shop's up here. Do you see where I'm at?
Up here?
Mm-hmm.
Is that too far for me to just fly?
No, I think you've got range for that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna land on the roof. Because I like to be by the coffee shop. Getting ready. And then I will try to stop the cloaked figures.
Mm-hmm.
but not destroy them, because I still don't know what's going on, and I want to interrogate them at some point, maybe.
Okay.
And so I would say these figures wrapped with cloaks around their forms to strike in dreamers' fear. Threads tighten till they're firmly bound. They'll not escape. They're stuck right here.
Okay, cool.
And I'll call Karma.
All right. And my God, you rolled a white. Okay, so you've called Karma. You can get it to a green.
I'll do that. Terrible.
But I will say that because you had to spend Karma to get there, it's not going to have the range, I think, that you really wanted it to, so you're not going to get all of them. But the ones within a one area radius, you can bind them. So you've got the 3 that are close to the coffee shop here. So the one that was attacking the citizen by the car, the one that Spartan ran past, and then the one back behind the coffee shop here as well. You've got those 3 bound. And that was on the monsters column, so it's monster strength. It's not doing them any damage, but they're tied back and immobile and unable to make actions this round. Next up is Shard.
So I don't need to roll to teleport, correct?
Oh, I can barely hear you.
Oh, do I need to roll to teleport? Shit.
Okay, no, I got you. I think I might have accidentally just hit my volume and didn't realize that
I think my computer's lagging a bit too.
Okay.
Okay.
And what was your...
I can teleport without rolling. Yes?
Unless it's a combat action. What's your intent?
I want to go to where they are in the cubby. Or probably the roof near them.
Gotcha.
I heard scream.
Yep.
And I'm gonna...
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So where am I? Where'd I go?
Way down here. Right here. Woo.
Oh, there I am.
There you go.
I got it. Whoop. Okay, so I'm going to... I think I'm just gonna shoot him with an Eldritch Bolt.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell Karma, or not yell. I'm just gonna yell it. So that
Karma!
Karma! Karma! That's amazing. And I'm glad I yelled Karma, even though... Oh, it's green.
44, and actually, if you spend 10, that'll get you up to your yellow.
Good. I will do that.
All right. And how much damage does that do? Amazing.
Leaves. Yes.
All right. So he got a 59. He got a green. So that actually does slam him and throws him back into the wall of the cathedral there. It doesn't break through, but slams up against it. So you are able to do a little bit of damage there with that. All right. Kurt, I think you were the only one with extra actions at this, or no, Poet, you've got another action, right? Okay, so Ghost, it rolls back to you.
Yeah, so we're gonna go after the same one I was attacking with the tendrils again.
Okay. 37 green there. And he is bound, so there's nothing that he can do to prevent that. You dig those in a little bit further. He continues to writhe as he's tied down to the earth by Poets. What were they, vines or tethers?
Their own cloaks.
Oh, they're cloaks. Gotcha. All right. All right, so Poet goes back to you. It can't be a poem. It'll have to be something physical or the like.
Trying to decide who to go for. Like, just with a leap off the building, I could probably land on any of these 3. Is there somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Cygos dealing with?
Cygos is dealing with this one right here.
Which one?
The one by the church.
Okay. So this guy is fine, right? I'm gonna just go for this one back here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna land on him.
Okay.
And just use the force of gravity to try to
Superhero landing.
And
Okay.
just sort of do my best Batman voice, like "Tell me why you're here." Kind of.
What's your endurance?
Incredible.
All right, so you get a +1 column shift on that for the area movement that you're using to get down there. So it will put you up to amazing. Yellow. Okay. So that's a potential slam on him. I'm going to move you back just a skosh just so I can access him. All right. You got a 43.
What is the actual distance of a skosh?
5 feet.
That works out perfectly.
Okay, so it did not do well. Actually, it may. It would put you there. So +1 column shift 20. Didn't do any damage to him, but it does knock him down. Okay, so he is prone. And that takes care of our first round, so it rolls back up to the top, back to Doctor Strange.
Okay. I like that idea of everybody's cloaks. Who is still... It's just the one... Sorry. Over here.
Yeah, you got this one over
and
here,
this other one here.
and that one there that are still mobile. Yeah.
Okay.
And you did hear that blood-curdling scream coming from around the corner. You can get through this little alley right here. There's a tree, but you can easily get back there that way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll make my way over towards the Sleepwalker and over here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you move me? I'm having real estate on my screen problems.
Sure. Yep.
Thanks.
Here you go.
I just want to get to sort of like where this car is. I don't need to be in fisticuff range of this Sleepwalker.
And the individual that he hit is now down on the ground, unconscious.
Okay. I'm going to... Can I teleport other people, or is it just me?
You may teleport other people, yeah.
I'm going to teleport the citizen to where I just was in the sidewalk over here.
Okay. Now that would be an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
That'll do it.
I even laid his head on the grass.
There we go. He's in the grass. There you go.
Okay. And then... I still have some movement, yes? Or
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Could I... I'd like to get up to here.
Okay. There you are.
And that will be the end.
Okay. Ghost.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one of the last two down. Again. Here we go.
And a good tag team.
There we go.
All right, and which one are you going for?
I don't know which one are the ones that are still up.
That one.
Poet has a couple of them bound. You can't, from your vantage point, you can't actually see the other two that are actually up.
So I'll move.
Mm-hmm.
And then do that. So
okay.
I can see. So I'll just fly in here a little bit, right? Can I do that?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Just flying over here and then taking another one down.
Okay, yeah, so that'll be this one over here.
Yeah.
And 58. A yellow 58 with the monstrous again, right?
Yep.
Okay. And that does psychic damage, correct?
Yes.
All right, you got a 34. So he's stunned for 1 round.
Okay.
All right. Then we're going to go to Spartan.
All right. So the 2 that are nearest me are being held, but they're not
Yes,
unconscious or anything.
correct. Mm-hmm.
And then did I detect that when Poet went to the other side of that building that there was something going on, or am I not aware of it?
Make an intuition roll.
Okay. Nope.
Okay. Yep. Nope. You're not aware at all.
Then I'm just gonna go punch the guy closest to me, even though he's being held down.
Okay. And you got a green with that.
Yeah.
What's your strength again? Amazing.
Amazing.
Okay. All right. So you make purchase with that. He doesn't do anything to dodge because he really can't. You hit him, and it's like hitting a brick wall. And actually, for you, a very, very strong brick wall. You felt that punch.
Wow.
So, did not seem to do any damage.
Okay.
And you see the cloak that he's bound up in, that Poet has bound around him.
Mm-hmm.
He begins to focus. He closes his eyes. And let's see here. That's amazing. You see the fabric that's kind of choking him begin to ripple just a little bit and kind of loosen, but he's not completely unbound at this point.
Okay.
Like
he's taking the cloak off, or it's coming away from him somehow?
it's moving on its own.
Okay.
The Sleepwalker that Cygos just hit. Got a yellow. And Dana, you're the closest, and Cygos, you can see this as well. You see kind of the same thing basically happening, where the fabric is it looks almost like it's melting off of him. And he's kind of shrugging it off as you guys are watching it happen. After him, we go to the one on the far end over here who is now going to be moving in on Dr. Strange. He floats over to Dr. Strange. And what's he going to do? He's reaching out in front of him as though he's like attempting to push you. He doesn't quite get as close as I put him. He's maybe about 20 feet away. And as he's putting his hand out, you feel a pressure, Dr. Strange, coming at you with that. You got a yellow. And with that, you're hit with this concussive force, which will do 75 points of damage, unless you choose to do something else. What would you like to do? Oh, you're muted.
Gosh, sorry.
It's all right.
I don't have any actions, so I don't know what I can do given the situation.
Okay.
Unless I can cast like an instant where it would be either a shield or dimensional hole portal that it go through and then end up behind me or something like that.
Well, we are in an. Oh, that's right, because you did move, right?
This turn. I did.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I teleported the citizen and then ran away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's 75 points of damage. You'll need to roll an endurance.
Awesome. What dipshit plays Doctor Strange and dies after like 5 seconds? Endurance, you said?
Yeah.
Karma?
All right, got a yellow. So not dying.
Well, it's red actually.
Right.
I'll spend 10 karma.
Right. So not dying. You're at 0 health at the moment, but roll 1 die.
1 die.
Yeah,
like
or
a
just
D6 or
just roll 2 and take the tens die.
And how do I roll?
Just hit one of the macros
Just
at the
roll
bottom. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. So 2. Yeah. So you're out for 2 rounds, and when you get back up, you'll be up at your endurance rank.
Okay, got it.
All right.
That's all I wrote.
Poet.
All right. I'm going to continue the interrogation.
Okay.
My sleepwalker here. I'm going to try to just be very convincing that basically they have no choice. They're going to have to reveal what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alone and isolated, no help to be had from a friend. You're seeing stars. You're helpless and must reveal all in the end.
Cool. All right. In the next round, then you can ask him a question, which he will have to answer. Well, actually, I probably need to roll psyche for that. That was on the monsters column for you, right? 1, 2, 3. So he needs a red. And he got a white. Okay, so yes, he will have to answer your questions.
Is I so good I don't have to roll, or should I?
Oh, I thought you did roll. Oh, that was Dr. Strange. Sorry, he rolled. He double clicked and rolled twice. I thought that was you. I thought you got a 100. So yes, you do need to roll. And you did call karma. So 22 on monstrous. You'll need to spend up to 51 to make it a yellow. And he still didn't roll high enough to resist, so you've got him.
Okay.
All right, so Shard.
Yes.
Your turn.
I'm going to... first of all, I'm going to teleport the citizen out of the way.
Okay.
I'm going to, I think, just open a portal underneath him and plop him around the... Not plop him. Move him... That sounds disgusting. Sorry, Mike.
You should plop him.
I'm going to plop him over here. I can't quite tell. Can I plop him into the chapel? Into the church?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now do roll for that one.
Yep. Now, if you want to do extra actions other than that, you got to call it.
Okay. I think I do want to do extra actions.
Okay.
Is that fighting?
Yep.
Fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Hardly ever do that. So I don't know.
And your fighting is remarkable.
Is it? I thought it was excellent. Well, at least that's what it says.
No, it's excellent. Okay. But I think, don't you have martial arts? You've got martial arts A, so you're actually rolling on the remarkable column.
Oh, okay.
But
Shall I
that's
roll?
good. No, you're
I
good.
good? Okay.
All right, so you can teleport him out. You'll have to roll for that because that's a combat action.
And is that on fighting as well, or am I rolling
No,
on?
that's your power, which I think is either monstrous or incredible. Monstrous.
Yeah, I'm looking.
It's monstrous.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm my glasses on. Can't
All right.
see.
Okay, so you port him out of there. He's
Yep.
safe inside the chapel at this point. And then we'll roll back around to you for your next action here in a minute. We'll go to the last Sleepwalker, which is over there with Poet. He can't do anything now because he's under your spell. So we roll back up to Cygos. Did you have a second action?
No, not this time.
Okay. Spartan?
No.
Okay. So I guess it's just you, Shard. So it goes right back to you.
Okay. So his cape is just rippling, or it's literally just
Literally melting off of him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he's not doing anything. Like, what the fuck is that? Is he just stripping, or?
It looks like it's happening intentionally. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do. I should have thought about this a little bit more. I think I'm going to pull out my soul sword, which I didn't have out yet.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump on him like Christy did because that looked.
And don't forget that your soul sword does supernatural damage to supernatural creatures, so you do monstrous on that.
All right, Karma.
Hey, 62. You can get it up to a red if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
What do I need to spend? 10? I don't have the chart.
Let's see, you're 62. Oh, but you're sorry. You should have rolled that on your actual fighting on that
On my
one.
actual
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah. But so 62 on your fighting with your bonus for the sword.
Oh, I see what I did. I'm sorry.
Weapon specialist sword, so you are excellent, remarkable, incredible. So that would be on the incredible column. 62 puts you into just barely yellow.
Okay.
So you can get that up to a red by spending up to 91.
Oh my.
So what, 29 points?
All right. Sure. Let's do
All
that.
right. All right, so that brings you down here. And he'll have to roll endurance. He got a white. All right, so you took him clean out. You jump off the top with the soul sword facing down and just chunk and drive it directly into his chest and impale him into the street behind. And when that happens, the melting that was going on his cloak, now the entire body begins to melt into a sludge onto the ground. So he is out for the count. All right, and no karma loss on these guys, so feel free to murder them to your whim.
Sweet.
I was wondering how much Dr. Strange would hold back. Now I know he won't. As soon as he wakes up.
All right, so we roll back around to the top, which brings us back new round to Cygos.
Yeah, I'll fly down and take out this one that took out Doctor Strange, get him out of the way so we can help him out.
Okay.
Let's do some psychic tendrils. I'm going to use karma this time.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Oh, yeah. All right. That's cool. 75 points of damage with him, right?
It's monstrous, yeah.
Okay. So I got a yellow. All right, so you hit him with the tendrils right inside his brain and just begin to scramble. And he rears back, and this unholy roar comes out. and it lifts him up off the ground about 3 feet. And he's writhing in agony. We go to
How much karma do you? Sorry, how much karma do you need to spend when you don't need it? Like when you roll
10.
and you didn't need it? Thanks.
Yep. So the one that's next to Spartan up here, he's still concentrating at this point. And we see the cloak now beginning to melt off of him. And he that now opens his eyes and he looks directly at you, Mike.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's your turn.
Sweet. I am going to just try to charge him again since punching him didn't quite work. So I will charge him and I will call Karma.
All right, you got a 60 on your unearthly. You need to get that up to an 86 to get a red.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll spend 26.
Okay, so that's a potential stun on him. And he got a white, so that's a stun. And he's out for 5 rounds. It's also a potential slam. So it sends him back 1, 2, 3 into the building here, doing a little bit more damage. So we take him down. There.
Okay.
All right, so that's that one. That's that one. All right, Poet.
All right. Why are you here? Whom do you hunt? What will it take to dispatch you, to stunt your efforts, you alien rave? Just want to throw in the insult.
Tell me that again, because you broke up there for just a moment. I missed part of that.
Why are you here? Whom do you hunt? And what will it take to dispatch you, to stunt your efforts, you alien rave?
We have been sent by our master Despair in order to call the humans that have been pulled from the other universe. And you said, what will it take to
dispatch you?
Dispatch you.
Mm-hmm.
Destroying our forms will send us back to whence we came.
Nice. We have a good way to communicate. We've had a lot of talk about the comms and whatnot, but
That's a good tidbit of information there, Poet. Well done. Shard.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna teleport again up to this because it seems to be the tallest point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look around to see if there's any. I think I can see this guy way over here, but I don't on the far right, but I don't know if I can see it from that tower. Because I think we
oh, yeah. Hey, I kind of forgot about that dude. He was so far over, I forgot he was there.
I know. I'm just looking to see if I can.
And that tower is tall enough. Yes, you actually can see over top of this building over here. So yeah, you do spot him, and he's going after another individual over there in the parking lot.
Okay. And can I teleport again? Are you gonna let me do that?
Yep, you sure can.
Okay. Right there.
All right.
Okay.
And then you can have an action from there.
And then my action. Okay, I am going to. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna use my limbo magic that I haven't used yet.
Okay.
My creatures. I am going to make. I'm gonna create a hookah, bring out a hookah, and the smoke is going to swirl around him so thick that he cannot see where he's at. So like to trap him in the smoke.
Okay, cool.
Maybe the guy can run away. I don't know. And is that reality? That's limbo only.
So that would be a universal spell.
Okay.
So on the incredible column.
Okay. Karma.
Okay, green. All right. I'm going to roll intuition for him, I think. Yeah. All right, he got a yellow. 69, but it doesn't count for him. All right,
Nice to know we all play by the same rules.
We do, yeah.
Excellent.
The smoke begins to swirl around him. He sees it, and he begins to kind of back up out of it because he doesn't know what it is. But you're able to kind of keep a bead on it. It certainly is distracting him from what he's wanting to do at the moment, which is take this man out.
Can I also yell, "Run, idiot! Don't just stay here."
Yeah, and he does. He's
Okay.
he's fumbling for his keys, and he's trying to get into his car. All right. Anybody have any extras, or that was everybody, right? Okay. So we roll back around to the top. This is now the second turn for Doctor Strange, I believe. Okay. So back to Psyghost.
We're taking this thing out. Karma. Pushing up to red. What do I need to push from 70 up to red?
On your 77 monstrous, yeah, to be an 86. So 10 karma will do.
All right, we'll do that.
All right, and with that, you dig those tendrils in further into his brain and just pop his head. His body falls down to the ground, and it begins to melt into the pavement, just like the other one did.
Such a sense of satisfaction, my favorite pastime.
Let's see here. This Sleepwalker... Oh, that's the one that Mike hit. Okay. So, Mike, the one that you hit and knocked into the wall over here, he's kind of picking himself up. And the tower here next to you, he reaches out, and the base of the tower turns to liquid. And the whole thing now is falling in your direction, getting ready to fall on top of you. Well, maybe it is. Let's roll for him and see if that actually works. Yeah, that definitely works.
Hey!
So the tower is now beginning to crumble and is falling in your direction.
Okay. Is it my turn next, or?
It is actually your turn next.
All right.
And for a defensive action, if there's a dodge or something that comes into play, then I usually say, if you want to make your dodge now, you can, even if it's out of turn. But in this case, it is in turn. So,
I think that I'm going to attempt to use gravity manipulation to get it to kind of pull toward it's awfully close to the other citizen. I was going to say to kind of pull toward the Sleepwalker guy that's more in front of me.
That could be dangerous for you.
Yeah,
yes.
say that's cutting it awful close. Maybe not.
But you could, just throwing it out there, you could divert it and send it back to the guy that, was sending it at you.
Right.
It may cause a little property damage, but...
Well, I think we're past that. Yeah, I think I will actually do that. Just instead of having it pull towards me, just have it pulled towards him.
Okay.
So gravity manipulation at amazing.
No karma?
No karma.
Okay. Let's see how to do this. All right, you are at least able to divert it, but it doesn't have the full effect that you really want it to. It kind of falls down in between right here. Fortunately, doesn't do any more damage to the building, but kind of fills this area here with rubble.
Okay.
Poet. Oh, actually, no, it's this guy right here. Sorry. So this one right here is going to attempt to melt his cloak because he's still bound. He got a green. So you start to see his cloak beginning to melt here, Mike. Just kind of as you're diverting that, you see this guy starting to free himself next to you over here.
Okay.
Poet, back to you. You've still got this one under your control.
Okay.
I'm going to give him a psyche feat just so that possibly he might be able to break out of it. Give me 1 second, because he actually does go before you. All right, his is remarkable. He needs a red. Nope. Okay, you still got him.
Okay, I'm done with him. I've heard what I need to hear, and I'm just gonna fly up a few feet for effect. And then, in general, announce the potholes of Evansville crack open wider, destabilizing Dreamwalkers. They stumble inside her, twisting their ankles as they trip and fall in. Their forms now are broken. What a disaster! Their forms now destroyed must return to their master.
Oh, all right. Roll that, baby.
Okay, karma.
Karma.
65. All right, to get that up to a yellow, you got to get it up to an 86.
So it looks like it is yellow?
I'm sorry, to get it up to red. My fault. Yep.
Okay.
To get it up to red, 86.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so the parking lots and the streets and the sidewalks where these sleepwalkers happen to be begin to crack and open up into these large pits, and the sleepwalkers begin to slip down into them. I'm going to give them an agility feat to try to keep from falling in there. Now, the one that you've got, no problem. He falls in, no issue there. The sleepwalker that Dana has been fighting over in the parking lot, he is distracted with the smoke, so I'm going to do this at a -2 column shift for him, so that puts him down to good. He got a white. He falls in. The sleepwalker that threw the building at Spartan is going to attempt to save himself. He got a red with a 100, so he's okay. And then the one closest to Spartan got a yellow. All right, so we are now down to just 2. And I'm going to get rid of these citizens here because they're just confusing me at this point. But a few of them are still around.
I wondered about that goofball on the roof of the church. Like, what?
She teleported him inside.
Oh, okay. It's like teleport him to the roof. That's gonna get move.
Got him out of the way.
There we go.
Out of the way for his job, his family, everything else. He's gonna be up there for 7 days.
All right, Shard, comes back to you.
All right. So my dude just disappeared.
Yep.
So I'm gonna, I guess, teleport back to where I'm hearing all the action.
Okay. All right, and you see one right here in the middle of the street in front of a big pile of rubble.
He's just standing in front of a big pile of rubble.
Yep, and facing off against Spartan.
Okay. Is he moving? Is he just doing anything? What's he doing?
Right now, he's just giving him a really good, solid stare, but you know something's coming.
Okay. I'm going to hold on. I'm gonna try to wrap him up and strangle him, just contain him in the rose vines.
Okay. And which power is this? Limbo magic again?
Yep.
Okay.
Universal.
Yep.
Did not yell karma, but it's yellow. So.
61. All right. And just binding, correct?
Binding, constricting.
Okay. So trying to do damage.
Yep.
All right. So you got a whole. Well, let's see here. Let me give him an agility. Well, first intuition. Let's see if he even notices it's happening because he doesn't know you're there. Remarkable. There. Nope, doesn't know. So you get him bound in the rose vines and begin to constrict. He winces a bit, but it doesn't look like it hurt him. And that takes us back to the top and new round. No extra actions for anybody, correct? So that brings us back to Dr. Strange, and you should be up to your endurance level.
Yeah. I imagine the cloak of levitation is talking to him, saying, "Watch your back." Dr. Strange will say, "I thought you had my back." And he'll, can I fly as a free action with the cloak? Like as movement? Or do I have to use that as an action to fly? Or levitate, I guess.
No, no, that's a free action for you.
Okay. He's going to levitate to about middle of the street, but maybe 50 feet up, 60 feet up. And then I'm going to create is it dimensional aperture or would it be teleportation? And I guess what's the range on an earthly for teleportation? Is that orbit or?
Yeah, oh yeah, easy. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna teleport this goober towards the sun.
Okay.
The big one, the one that's full right here.
Okay,
right,
got it.
Is I don't know who did the water tower necessarily, so
right.
Teleport. I'm going to actually first. I'm going to go for multiple actions.
Okay.
Karma. Man. 76. I can spend 30 and get yellow. Is that just +1 or?
Okay, now he's good. I don't know if he can do that. One.
If a yellow.
2.
Okay.
No, you can. So that would be green.
So I have 2 attacks.
Yellow.
2 actions, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the first action is to teleport Sleepwalker 1 into orbit. Yellow.
Okay. He's out.
Sweet.
And Ghost. We're down to the one last Sleepwalker over by the building.
Oh yeah. So what if I wanted to fly over to him, lift him up in the air, drop him, and then use telekinesis to put a force against him to slam him into the ground with the power of the Hulk? Almost the power.
2 actions.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for 2 actions. That's my plan.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do karma because I want to give this a go. See if we can do this. All right. There we go.
All right.
Karma. And first thing we're gonna do then is go over, pick him up, and lift him up in the air?
Yeah, let's see here though. You're Fighting is excellent, so that gives you. Do you have martial arts A?
I have A and C, so you
Okay.
know, that's part of that stuff in lower body.
All right, so you still got to get it up to a yellow to get the 2 actions. So 66
I call
on
karma. But tell me what I
right.
need.
That actually puts you there. So just spend 10.
All right, there we go. So I'm going over to him, grabbing him, shooting up in the air with him. I just wanted to do something different than psychic tendrils.
Sure. Yeah. All right, so you got him up in the air, and now you're going to slam him down onto the ground with the telekinesis, right?
I'm going to drop him and then use my telekinesis to add extra force to like a psychic hand that's just going to slam him into the ground.
Sure.
Is that good?
Yep, that's good.
So what do I roll? Monstrous for the
telekinesis, yeah.
Let's do that.
All right. Did you call karma on that?
I didn't call karma on that.
All right, that's all right. It's still a potential slam. Plus, it's going to be. I guess you're taking him up high enough so that you can get your +3 column shift bonus, right?
Yeah, I took him up just that height, where it said in the air. +3 bonus. There's like you can see it in that.
All right, so that will do 150 points of damage to him. And that takes him out. All right, so you throw him down and hit him with the telekinesis, slamming him into the ground, and he just splatters into green goo.
Nice. Should use it more.
All right, so you have successfully vanquished all of the Sleepwalkers. I don't think anybody took any damage, did they? Well, except for Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange always gets hurt. It's cool. All right. So what do you guys want to do here now?
Go to church?
Does Doctor Strange, I mean, I have a contact of IROSHAN. Does he work with IROSHAN?
He does work with them, yeah. Yeah.
So Doctor Strange is going to ask Shard or Poet, both, what is this?
Poet?
What do we know about these people? This doesn't make any sense.
They've been sent by despair to hunt down the people who are out of their time and place.
Do you know if this is happening everywhere? That puts a huge target on Lilith.
That's what I was just asking myself. This seems like the sort of thing that would be happening all over.
And Quincy did tell you all that this was happening. This is not an isolated incident, for sure. And as you guys are discussing that, one of the citizens that you saved runs over to you and says, "Are they gone?"
For now.
These things came out of nowhere. We were all meeting in the church, and they just appeared in the middle of our meeting. Your IROSHAN.
When you say just appeared, what do you mean? They just appeared out of thin air, or did they come into the church?
They appeared in the church out of thin air, yes. We saw a flyer inside with your name on it, I think, right? You're this IROSHAN group?
Yes.
And something is wrong. We were all here because we were trying to figure out what was happening, but how we got here, I mean, it feels like we're in a dream. This isn't our world. The people that we lost, they're here, alive, but they're different. Everything's all different. It's all wrong.
And where you're from, has a thing called the Blip happened?
Yes, it has. Nobody here knows about it.
It's what Lilith was talking about.
And Tyner too.
And as you guys are talking to this individual, all of a sudden his eyes roll back into his head and he faints.
My cloak will.
All right, you caught him. And those of you that are the members of IROSHAN, from their body, a purplish red mist begins to form. And you recognize this particular process because you've been privy to it on many, many occasions over the years. It's the same energy signature that foretells the entrance of the Dreamslayer. And you see Dreamslayer's body form out of the mist, as you have seen it happen many times, and it is indeed your friend Chris from this particular reality. But with him, he brings several other individuals. A Spider-Man-esque figure dressed in Iron Man tech, a teenage boy made of glass, a young girl dressed in a Black Widow outfit with yellow accents, a middle-aged woman of Hispanic descent that looks an awful lot like Lilith if she were about 30 years older, and a small cat that's decked out in Iron Man tech to boot.
Aww.
And Chris looks at you guys and he says, well, hey gang, we got a lot to talk about. Say hello to my friends, the Orphans.
Hi, Orphans.
And that'll be the end of our little prequel for,
That was better.
for later this week. Sean, thank you, buddy, for joining us.
Yeah.
Sean,
That was fun.
join us. It's great to have you here. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna have to help me walk through this, Chris. Like with all of these, because I'm of two minds right now. So I don't
Right? Yeah.
Actually, it's three minds, so it's really screwed up.
Yep, we'll take care of that first thing when we meet next time. So
Awesome. Okay.
karma points for everybody. Let's see here. What did we get for all of these little dudes? There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me get my calculator. I gotta get a calculator for this one.
See, we just kill people, so we don't really have to deal with karma.
We didn't actually
Not
kill
really.
people, so yeah.
No, I was saying my group. I did kill somebody by accident.
Who did you kill?
Remember, I was the owl or something like that, and Nyx went bonkers and
Oh, right.
ended
Well,
up and
yeah,
lost all of her karma
right.
that day.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. All right, so 450 karma points for everybody on this one. And then for last session as well, you should get another 100, so it'll take you up to 550.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Well, good game, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks for having me.
Everybody.
All right.
See you
We'll see
Sunday.
you guys in a couple days.
Get soon.
Good
All
night.
right. Bye.